Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of Jennifer's Tale, My Life as a Crossdresser. I, of course, am Jennifer, saying, if you're watching this on YouTube, hi, thank you for downloading this episode, or watching this episode, watching this video. I hope if you're new to my channel, you will subscribe. I hope you will check out previous episodes of Jennifer's Tale, My Life as a Crossdresser. If you are a crossdresser or a trans or somebody who supports our community, thank you for watching this episode. Please leave me some feedback. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. Leave me some comments. I always respond to comments. And I hope you enjoy this episode. If you're listening to this episode on your favorite, podcast provider or Spotify, iTunes, wherever you found this, likewise, I hope you enjoy this episode. I hope it brings you something of interest. I like to talk about all sorts of different topics and my thoughts, my feelings, experiences, all that sort of stuff. And if you're a member of the community, I think you'll get a lot out of an episode or all my episodes, and you will feel like you're not alone. That is the main thing I try to do. So let's get into this episode. Now, this episode, as I record this, it was on the news kind of here and there on Dancing with the Stars. They had a 70s night or a rock and roll night, and one of their guest judges was Gene Simmons of Kiss. Now, I grew up as a big Kiss fan back when I was a kid in the 70s. I still am a big Kiss fan. And so anytime Kiss kind of comes in the spotlight for whatever reason, I happen to catch wind of it and hear about it. And usually it's a good thing. Well, the stories that have come out over this past week have been about Gene Simmons being a judge on Dancing with the Stars and how he hasn't been a really good judge, first of all. And second of all, a lot of the comments that he made regarding women were very off-putting. I don't have the quotes directly in front of me, but kind of paraphrasing what he said was a lot of the judging, when he was judging the couples dancing, he would talk about the women, about how attractive they were, and not really judging on the dancing. He is the first to admit he knows nothing about dancing. So he was just kind of judging based on the appearance of the women who were dancing, how they were dressed, how they looked, that kind of thing. He did have other comments as well. He talked about how it's hard for a woman to have a career and a family life at the same time. He said that women, he likes going to Australia. One of his comments were, I like going to Australia because women there have big breasts and big back or behinds and don't mind showing them off. He kind of went on to say that a woman is someone who, they might want a career, but a woman is someone who knows about their sexual allure. And as soon as they put on lipstick, lift and separate their boobs, and point themselves in the direction of a guy, they know what they're going after. A guy is willing to buy them a mansion or a car or whatever in hopes of having sex with that woman. So that's where he's coming from, is that when women dress up beautifully and show off their figure or what they have, they're trying to get a guy's attention in hopes of probably mating, having a husband, having a family, that kind of thing. They're kind of, I guess in his eye, if they're going to dress up beautifully, they're not really looking for a career. Now, as much as I admire Gene Simmons, he is somebody who, came up from nowhere. He was a child born in Israel him and his parents emigrated to New York back in the 50s. He kind of came up from being a very small-time person to a huge rock and roll megastar, billionaire. He's really good at marketing and licensing and making the most out of whatever he can with what he has. And I can't really fault him for that. However, I think a lot of his views on women are kind of antiquated based on how he came up, and everybody knows Gene Simmons' stories about how many women he slept with, over the years of being a member of Kiss and being on the road. And read his biography. I read his biography. He talks about it quite a bit. So he he's proud of that fact. He also, I think, had a lot of experience where the women that he's come across being, going on tour and stuff, they are dressing scantily, short skirts, low cut tops, in hopes of scoring with a rock and roll star. And that is what they're going after. And so I think that kind of mindset is something that he hasn't let go of. I would think that being married to Shannon Tweed, he might have a little different thought about that. I think she is somebody who is very beautiful, has kind of gone both routes. She's gone the sex sells route, and that's how he got to know her and meet her and marry her. And but she's also a successful business person in her own right. So, and she has a family, so she's done both. I think women definitely can do both, and I think it's okay for a woman to dress very sexy and still have a career or a business. There might be some businesses where dressing revealing is not the best place to do that. But I have talked to other women who, are business people, but they will, they might wear like a blazer, but they might wear something low cut underneath it. And they know that they have power over guys dressing that way. And they might be able to sway a guy's decision one way or another because of how they look. Women know the power that their bodies and what the power of sex has, even if it's not, having sex with a guy or even the remote possibility of a guy having sex with a girl. Just the fact that a girl is willing to look her best and look sexy and alluring for a guy, and having that power over it, him to cause him to change his mind about things or sway his decision a little bit. That's what women have going for them. In a society where women have been kind of haven't given the same rights and stuff as guys, they have to have something to level the playing field a bit. And if you're a real woman listening to this or watching this, you know what the power of boobs and looking sexy has. And I think the majority of women out there would agree with me that they're not afraid or ashamed to use that to their advantage, just because they have to have something in order to level the playing field when it comes to men and women out there in society. So, like I said, as much as I admire Gene Simmons and what he has done with his career, I think his views on women, to an extent, I guess I kind of agree, because women will dress sexy, will, show boobs, show ass, in hopes of getting a guy's attention or getting something to go their way. But at the same time, he goes above and beyond by saying you can't have both. You can't look sexy and be a business person at the same time, or, and I totally disagree with that. So Gene Simmons, you're wrong. Calling you out. So anyway, that's all I have to say on this matter. I hope you enjoyed hearing my opinion. I would love to hear feedback and love to hear from all my friends, all my viewers and listeners, what you feel about Gene Simmons' stance on women and beauty and that kind of thing. And I guess that's it. Until next time, this is Jennifer saying hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.